Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. We'll just let everyone join. Just also before we begin, just some housekeeping to let everyone know that one, we are recording this webinar. So what we normally do is we record the presentations to send out to everyone afterwards, but we tend to switch it off once we get to the Q&A session and before the Q&A session at the end. So you're welcome to then switch on your cameras, switch on your mic if you want to ask any questions. I'll just wait one more minute before we begin because we're expecting about 50 people to come today. So we'll just wait for everyone to join. So if you've just joined, welcome to the session. We'll begin just in 1 minute, just to allow for everyone to connect. In the meantime, do pop into the chat where you're coming in from. I do like to know what countries are represented. And like I said, also this session is being recorded just for us to send out to everyone afterwards. But what we normally do is we switch off the recording after the presentations and before the Q&A session, so to allow you to switch on your cameras and your mic and ask questions openly. Okay. So I think, yep, let's begin.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the session.
Thank you very much.
Did you just join? I don't know if you just joined, but just to let you know that one, the session is being recorded. What we tend to do is switch it off after the presentations. We switch off the recording and then have an open Q&A session. Okay?
Okay. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, nice to meet you. Delighted to have you here. Okay, you're from France, New York City, France. Great. Okay. Let's begin. So welcome everyone to our session. This is the second one of our post-high school options. We're going to be going over the brand new LA Gap program for 2024, and then we'll talk about the 4 BA programs that we have here at the university. I do just want to quickly find, if you just want to, I'll just put a poll up onto the screen, just so I know who we are. Are you either a prospective student? Are you a parent? Are you a high school counselor? Or are you other? Which I'd be intrigued to know what other is. Okay, just not everyone's answered, but most of you have. Philadelphia, wonderful. Okay. So there we are. Like I thought, most of you are prospective students. We have a couple of parents and 2 people who are other. Do pop into the chat if you're not a student or a parent or a high school counselor. I am intrigued to know who you are. So welcome to the session. I want to introduce everyone to you. My name's David. I'm from the marketing team here at Deloitte International School. We're the international hub on campus for all of our international students and international programs. I'm delighted to be co-hosting today's session. First of all, I'll give you a brief overview about Tel Aviv University and the international school and student life for about 5 or 10 minutes. I'll then hand over to Sarah Marasco, who is our new coordinator for the new LA Gap Year program. I think, are you here, Sarah? Say hi. I'm sure you are.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, Sarah. Great to have you. Good to see you. So Sarah will give a presentation on the new Gap Year program. We'll then hand over to Louise Hyatt, who is the program director of the BA in Management and Liberal Arts. I can see Louise has joined. Hi, Louise. Good to see you.
Hello.
And then we will then at the end, I will present the BA in Liberal Arts and the BA Liberal Arts dual degree with Columbia University. Unfortunately, the program director, Ayelet, couldn't make it today. So I'll give a brief presentation of those programs as well as the BA in music at the end. So let's begin. I'm going to begin by playing a short video that I think just sums up the learning experience here at Tel Aviv University that we call Taoism. So let me just play. Oops.
Tel Aviv University International, the only place in the world where you can study Taoism. What is Taoism? Well, it's a local philosophy that says the best way to study is through experience. Understand with your head, learn with your feet. The best way to study a multicultural society is to live in one. Be ready with your elevator pitch. You never know who you'll meet on campus. If you want to learn the best marketing strategies, just go to the local market. Reading about the Startup Nation? Write your own chapter. Study literature in the place that inspired the bestseller of all time. You can't resolve a conflict until you witness one. At TAU, there is always room for more questions and 400 labs to find the answers. Come experience the wisdom of Taoism at Tel Aviv University International, where first-class education meets a second-to-none lifestyle.
Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. Okay, so Taoism, as you heard, is simply our philosophy that, you study best through experience. You learn with your head, you understand with your feet, and learning happens everywhere and sometimes when you least expect it. So when you come to Tel Aviv University, you don't just learn in a classroom, you learn in a campus, in a city, in a country. All of these things will transform you and give you this wonderful transformative educational experience that we call Taoism. We filmed it on campus actually 2 years ago now, and a lot of the extras you saw in the background were international students. So listen, let's just look at Tel Aviv University from a macro level. This gives a good snapshot of TAU. We're Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We have 30,000 total students and 2,500 actually international students, and they come from 100 plus countries. Typically, maybe 40% come from North America, the rest come from other regions, from South America, LATAM, from Europe, from Asia, Australia, the Far East, also the Middle East, so from all over the world. You also saw in the video that, we're a big institution. We have 9 faculties, 125 schools and departments, and 400 labs. This is a big institution. We have 3,500 projects annually, 15,000 international alumni. We have 1 campus, a very big campus, Israel's biggest campus. Also, it was voted Israel's most beautiful campus as well. We have international weeks and fairs. We have a sports center. We have 2 museums, 15 cafeterias on campus, 5 libraries, and all just 15 minutes from downtown Tel Aviv. So we're very proud to be in Tel Aviv as well. I won't go into all of them, but obviously, you know, we're very proud of our ranking as Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education, the #1 choice among Israeli students. We're ranked in the top 100 innovation university by Reuters. We're ranked in the top 10 in the world in terms of scientific notations. We're ranked 5th in the world for entrepreneurship, and we're ranked in the top 10 of schools producing VC-backed founders, those top 2 at the right-hand side. Now, in those rankings, we are the only non-US institution to make those top 10 lists. So we are up there, we are ranked alongside Stanford, MIT, UC Berkeley, and Harvard. And I think these prestigious rankings just reflect the involvement of, you know, alumni of the world's leading universities in entrepreneurship and the establishment of, you know, startup companies. So we're very proud of that innovation, and it's very much part of our DNA. Also, 55% of the population on campus are women. We set up the very first Equality and Diversity Commission a couple of years ago, headed up by Professor Netta Ziv, and her remit is clear. It's to increase opportunities and equality for everyone on campus. And as I mentioned, you know, we're a big multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence, and our impact is felt worldwide. We have a big range of research and teaching fields that create unique and fascinating connections between disciplines that are not traditionally connected to each other. And that alone provides infinite possibilities for academic creativity. There's 130 research institutes and 400 labs to help you find the answers, as you saw in the video. This is a world-class faculty with renowned professors. We have students from 100+ countries, and every year they do over 300,000 hours of community service. And of course, we're based in the wonderful Mediterranean city of Tel Aviv that we call home, which leads me on to this wonderful slide. So there's a picture of the beach at Tel Aviv. If you've never been to Tel Aviv, it's a pulsating, vibrant city. It's Israel's cultural and commercial capital. It's been named the Mediterranean capital of cool by the New York Times. It's a non-stop city with amazing nightlife, cuisine, cultures that you can never stop exploring. The tagline of the city is non-stop, and our tagline here at the International School is non-stop discovery. So as I said, we're very proud of our Tel Aviv roots. Just a quick snapshot of some key alumni. I mentioned before about some of our rankings in entrepreneurship and innovation and in business. And you can see that reflected here. We have some really amazing alumni doing wonderful things in their community, like, you know, Professor Amnon Shashua, Uri Levine, the founder of Waze, but also alongside other people that are not connected to business in different fields as well, like Professor Ranit Sachi, who developed a nano vaccine to treat melanoma. You have the very famous Israeli chef and author Yotam Ottolenghi, who has a number of restaurants worldwide. He's a very famous chef taking Middle Eastern food out to the world. So as I said, our international alumni are 15,000 strong, plus the Israeli side of the alumni are 200,000 strong. So these are people that are really making an impact in their respective fields. And our plan is, hopefully, once you come to us, then after your time with us, you'll be as successful and make an impact in your region and area of expertise. Just a quick thing here about funding. We do also have lots of scholarship options that we offer. They're all listed on our website. The link is here at the bottom left-hand side. But don't worry, I'll send this out to everyone afterwards as well. So we have scholarships, whether they're sports scholarships for elite sports athletes. We also have scholarships for students from specific regions. We have a Ukrainian scholarship, which is a full scholarship along with the sports scholarship, plus scholarships from other regions as well. So I do recommend you to check it out. We also try to list their scholarships from external organizations that we know of, like Masa, like the Israel Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we do try and put them onto one place in our website. Okay, before I hand over to Sid, I want to say a few things about the Student Life team. We call them the Madrachim. which is the Hebrew word for guide or counselor. So next to the wonderful academic programs that you're going to find out more about, I think they're one of the best reasons and one of the best things one of the best reasons why you should pick our programs and come to Tel Aviv University, because they are there to give you a nice soft landing, so you're not coming to a quote foreign country. They're all Israeli students. They all study with us, but they also work with us as our student counselors and guides. And they're there, like I said, to give you a nice soft landing. They're there on arrival day. They organize orientation. They live in the dorms with you, and they're available 24/7 for any issues or support you need. They are your go-to people. In addition to that support, they also do events on campus, yoga night, movie night, pizza night, lots of, martial arts. There's lots of student clubs. They really do try to create an amazing community here among all of our international students, as well as they'll take you off on day trips in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, overnight trips in the north and to the south, so you'll get to experience the best Israel has to offer. And that picture was taken on one of their day trips to Jaffa last year. So like I said, they're there to facilitate you joining our. So when you come to Tel Aviv University, you're not just coming to, like I said, a foreign country. You're very much joining our family, and you become part of our community. And this community extends through into the dorms as well. So we have dorms on campus. There's some pictures here. They're very nice. You can live on your own in a studio style apartment, or you can share an apartment with someone else. We try and keep all of the international students together, but at the same time, you're surrounded by Israeli students, so you get the best of both worlds. They have laundry facilities there, you can see in the pictures. They have study rooms, they have recreation rooms, and literally just next to campus, and everything you need is there or round about. Doctors' offices, supermarkets, restaurants, everything you need is there. Okay, before I hand over to Sarah, who will present the gaps, obviously we're here tonight to present our GAP program, semester or year program for high school graduates, and then also our 4 BA options as well. So I'm going to stay on the session until the end, and I'll be available also to answer any questions anybody has about student life, funding, anything at all. So thank you very much. Sarah, do you want me to use your slides, or do you want to do them yourself, or for me to continue? Or you have them perfect?
All right, 1 second. Thank you, David.
You're welcome.
I've got it now. We can all see screens.
Your screen is saying Sarah has started screen sharing. Oh, now we see it.
That is not what I was trying to do. No. 1 second. The actual presentation, or just me?
Both.
That's not what I want.
Do you want me to share it on my slide deck, Sarah, because I have them here?
Oh. 1 second.
No problem.
I got too confident. Okay.
Perfect.
Are we good now?
Yep. You're good to go.
Great. All right. So hello, everyone. Thank you, David, for coming. So I'm the Gap Year coordinator for Ellie. I would like to just, here we go. Nope.
Yep, we can see it and we can hear.
Okay. So anyways, yes, my name is Diana Marasco. I am the Gap Year coordinator for our Ellie program, which stands for Exploration, Leadership, and Innovation. We've always had a Gap Year program at Tel Aviv University, but this year, actually prior to October 7th, but especially in hindsight, in regards to October 7th, we decided to spend some time and dedicate ourselves to reimagining this program and trying to see where we can fill the gap, quote unquote, no pun intended, between different programs in Israel and things that we see lacking in academia for people who want to come and study in Israel and develop themselves, not only their connection to Israel, but also develop themselves professionally as well as academically in a university setting. So with Ellie, we are the first of its kind to offer a GAP program that is specifically designed for a whole year. However, it can offer itself for either, a fall or spring semester. And it's the first that is really academically focused. Part of being Tel Aviv University is that we are held to a level of academic excellence that is unparalleled in Israel and is also world renowned, meaning not only our professors, but also the networking abilities and facilities that we offer. So just as David was saying beforehand, Tel Aviv University is great in that it's able to offer the best of both worlds of being in the largest university in Israel, but also located within a smaller, intimate program setting and something that's more personalized. That's exactly what Ellie does. Within the international school, we ourselves are our own separate program that our maximum capacity for the entire year is 50 students. So we can really guarantee a personalized experience. And what that means as being part of the program, we have different tracks. So you can see here, these are our different areas of study, and we're focusing on utilizing the best of Israel and what our expertises are as a university and the best of our resources to give a taste of university and academic learning for those who are interested and just want to get their feet wet and see what university is about. So our tracks are Israel and the Middle East, Jewish peoplehood, entrepreneurship and innovation, environment sustainability, and the best of science and human thought. Now, all of these tracks include 2 different field trips that tie into those courses in specific. One second here. Oh, skip too far. And each of those courses, again, is really trying to focus on the best that the university has to offer and the best that Israel can provide. So a trip, for example, I put on the bottom, for example, one class here is contemporary Israel. So you're looking into the political challenges, not only in contemporary Israel with the Jewish population, maybe Haredim and secular communities like the ultra-Orthodox and those who are Jewish but not actually religious, but also about our other populations such as the Druze or Arab Christians, and going to those areas, going to those communities and meeting individuals and community leaders there, and also experiencing their environment and learning from it firsthand. So it's not just studying from a book, but actually connecting content to real world applications. Our idea here is that we are trying to help you, whatever your next step is, to get your foot in the ground, to develop yourself professionally, to take time and to feel confident in speaking about not only Israel, but about yourself and knowing what your next step should be. We are a very pluralistic and inclusive setting, and we are, encouraging people to come here and explore yourselves, whatever that might be, in a very academic and professional setting. And also, as David mentioned, we have full support for you, even though you're 18 and that you are in a university. You will be housed, at least for our program, you will be in the Einstein dorms, meaning that you'll be on campus. We're building a community and a cohort. And you'll also have, full access to, our madrachim, our staff that can help you with personal issues. Now, just to go over the specifics, our tuition, if you come for the semester, which again, the program is designed to span an entire year as classes don't repeat. Tuition for a semester is $14,000. Tuition for the year is $28,000. Our program dates, if you come for the year, which is going to start in September and last until May 2025. And again, semester would be September to December for 2024, and January to May for our spring semester. Now, to apply, it's a very simple application process. We're trying to streamline it of where it is holistic. We're looking at different areas than just your GPA. But we do want to see that, a very easy official transcript with a minimum 3.0 GPA at a 4.0, or roughly 80 out of 100. 2 letters of reference. Only one of them has to be academic. Another one can be from another source, from somebody that you know in your community, as long as they're not a family member. A CV outlining, your extracurricular activities and things that you've done as an individual and a leader in your community. A personal response on just what a leader looks like to you. It's only 300 words. It's not a full essay. Just, we want to hear from you and get a snapshot on who you are. Or we need your passport as well, just to come to the program, to come to Israel. And that, again, those requirements and visas to study here are dependent within your own country. And if you are not from an English-speaking country or did not graduate from an English-speaking secondary school, we will request, proof of English proficiency. And once all things are submitted, we will request interviews. Those may be requested. On top of that, we are really just looking for the individual go-getter that is excited to come to Israel and make the best of their year and their experience in Israel. We have a JLIC on campus, and we are here to support you no matter what it takes. But we want somebody who is interested in coming and creating something really beautiful and special and ready for the year of bread. And thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Sarah. Your program is open for applications, and it has been open, I think,
Yes.
for a couple of weeks. And when's the deadline?
Yes, so deadline to apply is May 10th. We
Okay.
recommend to apply now. Just as I said, it is competitive and it is a holistic process. So things are taking, there will be an interview component involved with most cases. And again, we'd like to hear from you sooner than later. We also have scholarships available for outstanding candidates. Those are merit-based, and that would be only after, application requirements are submitted.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. I will send out by email afterwards to everyone also links to the various program pages on our website and links to the portal where you begin the application process as well. Thank you much, Sarah. Louise, who is the program director of the double major, the BA in Management and Liberal Arts. Hi, Louise. Do you want me to share my slide deck, Louise, or do you want to do it yourself? I'll share it, no problem.
Please do, David. Thank you.
No problem.
I want to open, I'll introduce myself. My name is Louise. I'm the director of the International BA in Management and Liberal Arts. I want to apologize as I am logging in from my phone because my computer, of course, has been acting up a bit, and the electricity in my office has been going on and off. So I decided better safe than sorry. David, is it okay that I'll tell you every time you need to move a slide?
Of course, yeah, just tell me next slide or move forward.
Okay, thank you, David. Not yet.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
I just want to take a second and talk about the name that we chose for our program, Experience Different. I think it's very much in direct communication to what Sarah spoke about. But for us, and we're talking about an undergraduate program, it's a 3-year program. We combine studies in management, in entrepreneurship, and in the liberal arts, and I'll break into more detail in a few minutes. But it's really about offering an academic program which is different in the academic scenery. It's a program where our students get to leave their stamp, get to be very, very active participants of the program, and thus gain a lot of important confidence in their abilities, in their skills, while they are students here, and enabling them to leave with much more professional and academic confidence than when they arrived. David, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you? Fantastic. So David did mention some of our numbers, which we're very, very proud of. I'll add in a few more, which are more relevant, focusing on our program, which is focused at management and entrepreneurship. Tel Aviv University is a top 100 management school, and it's also a top 100 innovation university. And again, I think that we are, every year, we're very proud to say that we climb up in these rankings. And I'll strengthen what David said, that these rankings and the fact that we keep going up, they are living proof of the very, very strong connection and collaboration that our the academic has to the actual alumni, to the business surrounding our campus, and to the very, very unique setup that our campus has to offer. Now, if you look at the four different numbers, the lower four numbers, you will understand why it's such a unique campus. Every week on our campus, we have at least 3 different weekly events where students are welcome, students and staff, to listen to people from the industry. A lot of the times they will be Tel Aviv University alumni or people from the industry that appreciate the platform that our campus offers. And it can be from really any sort of business, from fintech, from high tech, from sport tech, from food tech. And those are really very, very important opportunities for students to network, to hear about the latest developments, and to even get their own internships. On top of that, we also have two annual conference weeks that happen here on campus and draw people from all over the world. We have an AI week and a cyber week. We actually have the cyber week coming up, David, and our students get a chance to get tickets. We buy our students tickets and they can go and take part in these events, which are very much industry events, eye-opening events, very interesting events. On top of that, the university has its own, not one, but 2 venture firms, which are focused in investing in student-funded initiatives. And we also have 4 business and entrepreneurship student clubs. Just to name a few, we have a Tamid Business Club. The business school has an Ignite Entrepreneurship Club, and students can become active participants or just take part in the activities in these clubs. So all of these together really make for a very, very unique ecosystem to come and study in. Making a student's life much more than academic, but very much forward-looking as much as can be. David, thank you. So I mentioned this before, that it's really about a 360 holistic academic approach for us. I'll name a few of the opportunities that students can take part in. I've spoken about the student clubs. Students have their chance to really leave their mark on the build of the program. They can become program activists, which means that they become the leaders of their peers and the program in the field of their interest, whether it is business, whether it is volunteering. We really encourage our students to develop those skills. We also have a very active collaboration with the Career Center at the Management School. Students take part in career management workshops, and they also are entitled to private sessions with the career advisors. In their 3rd year, our students have a chance to take a semester abroad or also to try their hand in an internship. I will say that, reverting back to the previous slide, David, you don't have to go back, but students who are very, very active and take part of everything our campus has to offer, they get their own internships. I can speak about our students who are currently in their 2nd year. So I would say about 6 or 7 of them have managed to get their own internships without any involvement from us, by simply taking advantage of what our campus has to offer. Nonetheless, we do appreciate the fact that some people are a bit more shy. Some people take time to develop their networking skills. And during the third year, we will do our best to get an internship for our students who have not managed to get one. Last point that I'll mention in this slide, we also have an honors program, which means that third year students in the program which meet the honors program requirements can start taking master's courses already during their third year of undergraduate studies. It's a very unique opportunity. David? Thank you. So this is an outline of the structure of our program. It is a 3-year program. During the first year, we call it the building blocks year, where students take core courses in liberal arts and in management. And here you have a few examples of these courses. They often change on a yearly basis, but a sample of some of them is critical theory, the history of ideas. In management, it would be courses like business economics, organizational behavior. And in year 2, which we call the focus year, students start taking more advanced courses in management. So that would be courses that have to do with marketing, finance, accounting. And in the liberal arts, students choose the 2 tracks of their preference. And here you have a breakdown of the different tracks. David will talk a bit more in detail about this when he presents the liberal arts program. But it is quite an interesting selection from digital media and communication, Israel studies, philosophy, psychology, English literature, which is really a welcome addition to our students that study the management and the entrepreneurship track, really making them more well-rounded, better critical thinkers, more creative, more of a disruptive, but in a positive way, forces in the industry for the future. Year 3 is the year we call making it happen. That is the year where I mentioned students can do a semester abroad. That's not a mandatory requirement for the program, but it is an option. As well as the internship, which is taken during the last semester in the program. As well as finishing their specializing courses in both management and liberal arts. David? Thank you. So I want to kind of come full circle on the different professional opportunities that I mentioned before, and really stress this again, that our campus is a very, very unique setting. I think it's very rare to find all of these different ingredients all in one campus, and with the advantage of having an amazing city only a 50-minute bus ride away. Yeah, David?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. A quick preview of our requirements. We ask for a GPA of 3.0, a personal essay, a CV, 2 letters of recommendation, an English proficiency exam. I will open and say that students who have studied their last 4 years of high school entirely in English are exempt from this requirement. In terms of SAT or ACT, those are optional and can help applicants meet the program's math requirements. And if you would like to hear a bit more details about our math requirement, you're welcome to reach out to me. My email will appear in the next slide. In terms of the costs of the program, our yearly tuition is $17,500 US. And on top of that, we value housing and living in Tel Aviv, whether it's in our dorms or in a shared apartment, between $7,000 to $8,000 US. David did mention this, but I will say this again. We have a lot of scholarship and funding opportunities, whether it is an opening for federal loans or financial aids for US citizens, but also different international scholarships. I will also add to that in our program, starting from year 2, we have different excellence scholarships, such as joining the Dean's List or the inner program excellence scholarship, but that begins from the 2nd year of the program. David?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was it for me. Thank you for taking the time to join us. This is my email here and my number. You're welcome to reach out to me if you would like to have a more personal call, or if you have any more requirements. And back to you, David. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Louise. Your program also is open for applications now as well. As Louise said, I do recommend for if anyone does want to apply as soon as you can, because housing and scholarships do tend to go on a first come, first served basis. Don't worry about writing Louise's contact details down, because I'll pop that into the email that I'll send out afterwards as well. Okay, so unfortunately, the program director of the BA in Liberal Arts and the BA dual degree with Columbia University isn't able to make it today. So I'm going to step into her shoes and present what I know about the programs, which I've been here 5 years, which is quite a lot, but not enough, I think, as she does. So any technical questions or specific questions about that program, you can ask me at the end, but if I don't know, I will refer it to Ayelet, who can answer them afterwards. So what does a liberal arts education mean, and why study them? So if you don't know, our liberal arts programs, they're ideal for those of you who are looking for a strong, impressive foundation in a liberal arts education. You'll be empowered with the knowledge and tools that you need to succeed in an ever increasingly complex and fast-changing world. Our liberal arts graduates, who take on board many of the new unique ideas introduced throughout the 3-year program, many of them have gone on to forge successful careers in a wide variety of industries. They are, sought after candidates for both the global market and for graduate programs at leading universities around the world. Okay, so first up, we have the International BA in Liberal Arts. This is a unique multidisciplinary program that encompasses it all, crossing discipline boundaries with a broad selection of courses in the humanities, social sciences, life sciences, entrepreneurship, and innovation. When you enroll in the program, you will have the choice of 4 out of 8 specialized study tracks. You'll choose a major and minor from the list that you'll see there on the screen that starts with digital culture and communication, all the way down to entrepreneurship and innovation. So after you've selected your major and minor, you'll then select 2 additional tracks of study, plus a series of core curriculum courses that cover broad themes in a variety of disciplines. Want to jump on what Ayelet wrote here on the slide. It's a 3-year program. There's 200 students in the program from over 30 countries. You also have counseling by academic advisors, so they're making sure that your schedule is tight and not too tight and not too loose. Approachable professors and small classes to facilitate productive discussions. I think one of them, the DNA at Tel Aviv University is it's very flat. Doors are always open. You're encouraged to ask questions, to challenge, and to put forward your ideas. So very much are very approachable. It's part of our DNA. So the first year, you begin your studies on the liberal arts program by concentrating on the core curriculum, which provides the academic foundation of the program. This includes introductory courses in political philosophy, critical theory, Israeli history, the history of ideas, Western literature, modernity, and academic writing. You'll also take classes from your chosen tracks from the list that you saw before. In the second year, you'll then deepen your knowledge through electives within each track. You'll then that's when you'll declare 1 track as a major, 1 as a minor, and then 2 further basic tracks. In the third year, you'll then do seminar courses in both your major and your minor to allow for a deeper, more in-depth exploration of those fields. Okay. Oops. And then afterwards, of course, you get a BA in liberal arts from Tel Aviv University. So all of our BAs, apart from the dual degree, are 3 years. This is a 3-year program as well. So after graduation, why liberal arts? Our liberal arts graduates who take on board many, like I said, of their ideas, they've gone on to forge successful careers in a wide variety of industries. They're able to think differently. As Louise mentioned, her tagline is experience different, and the idea behind liberal arts is to make you think of things in a different way, and approach problems in a much more pragmatic problem-solving mindset. According to the Association of American Colleges and Universities, 4 out of 5 employers agree that all students should acquire broad knowledge in the liberal arts and sciences. And also, just to write out to read a couple of recent graduate testimonials from a couple of graduates, they've said that the first one that she wrote, studying liberal arts at Tel Aviv University has empowered me to be an independent and well-versed thinker, able to apply and integrate knowledge from philosophy, psychology, and literature to current issues of humanity. Another person noted that the international BA equipped me with the ability to think critically and navigate the real world with a more open-minded approach. And I think that last one pretty much just sums up one of the reasons why you should study, or why you should think about studying liberal arts. So the program is now open for 2024. It's a 3-year program. You can also, by the way, we start in the fall, so the fall this year, 2024, but you can also do a spring intake. You can also apply to start in the spring. The application requirements and the procedure is pretty straightforward. You just need your final high school transcript, an essay, 2 letters of recommendation. At the moment for this year, SATs are optional. And like the other programs, you just fill in your application online in our portal. You upload all your documentation there. It's a very easy and straightforward process. The cost for this program, the tuition is $15,500 per year, tuition for the program. That includes insurance and also access to the student life team, the madrachim, who will look after you and take you on trips. And then they estimate about $7,500 for dorms and meals. And the program is open. And if you apply before the end of March, then you're pretty much guaranteed housing for the following year. If you apply after the end of March, this is for the fall semester, then housing is on a first come, first served basis. So if you are looking to stay in the dorms, I do recommend to apply as soon as possible before the end of March to guarantee you a spot in the dorms. Okay, so now we come on to the bigger sister, the dual degree program with Columbia University in New York. So this gives you the chance to receive 2 bachelor's degrees, one from Tel Aviv University and one from Columbia University in 4 years. So as opposed to our other BAs, which are 3 years, this program is 4 years, but at the end of it, you'll get 2 degrees. You'll spend the first 2 years at the liberal arts program at Tel Aviv University, the one that we just presented, and then you'll proceed to study your 3rd and 4th year at Columbia University School of General Studies. The first year of the program, like I said earlier, that lays the intellectual foundations of the degree through the core curriculum, with classes in, like I said, literature, literary tradition, critical theory, modernity, Israel, the history of ideas. You'll then choose 2 of the academic tracks to specialize in. So on the left-hand side, you'll see listed there the tracks, which are the same tracks from our BA in liberal arts. So you will select 2. In the second year, you'll continue to study courses from your tracks, which are concluded with senior seminary courses as well. Also, as a dual degree student, you're given the option to learn Hebrew or Arabic as part of your program here as well. You then, and this is just a sample on the right-hand side, the list there, underneath where it says years 3 and 4. This is just a sample list of the majors that are available at Columbia University. Obviously, we have the tracks that we offer here. Once you transfer to Columbia, you have a lot more options. I think about 60 or 70 options there to choose from. And also you're not restricted by what you picked here. So whatever your major and minor is here, and once you go to Columbia, you can pick a completely different one. So this is just a brief snapshot of the accreditation system, just so you can see how you're able to come for 4 years and to graduate with 2 BAs. Like I said, one from Tel Aviv University and one from Columbia. So our normal BA in liberal arts is 120 credits, and the first 2 years here consist of 80 credits. Now, 60 of those credits will then be counted towards Columbia's degree requirements. The BA from Columbia is 124 credits, and in years 3 and 4 at Columbia, you typically complete 64 credits. We will then reaccredit 40 credits of them towards our TAU degree requirements. So that means you'll then be able to graduate with 2 diplomas, one from Tel Aviv University and one from Columbia University in New York. Just some general information here. If you're looking to apply for the fall this year, 2024, unfortunately, it's over. They close very early. They close typically on the 2nd of January every year. So they open in August. This is the second session we've done. We did one back in November for people who were interested in applying for autumn this year. But for this session, unfortunately, we've already passed the deadline for the dual degree. But they typically will open in August. Most applications, you do it all via Columbia. There's a dedicated website for the dual degree where you apply there. I'll put all this in the email afterwards, so you have that. And it's a similar application process. You need your high school transcript, your essay, 2 letters of recommendation. SATs are optional. They've said that every year. For 2024, that was optional. Whether that will remain or still be the case in August once they open for 2025, we will have to wait and see. Now, the tuition for this program is a bit different. So for the first years that you're with us, you pay our standard BA in liberal arts tuition, which is $15,500 per year. Then once you transfer to Columbia, you then pay the Columbia's tuition per credit hours, which is approximately $64,000 US dollars per year. And of course, housing and meals are not included. I will say on the, I'm sure that Columbia also, Ayelet unfortunately isn't able to make it, but I'm sure she'll be able to tell you about the scholarships, if there are any scholarship options from Columbia in New York. And that's the dual degree program. It's a very competitive program, obviously. It's a wonderful program. And if any of you are in Israel or if you're in New York, then I do recommend to go. I think they do run info sessions at Columbia in the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side. They do run a couple of info sessions there. They also come to campus here once or twice a year and do some info sessions here for prospective students as well. But it's a great program. You get to spend 2 years here, and then you get to spend 2 years in New York, and you get 2 BAs at the end of it. And so that's the dual degree. I hope I've done it justice and for Ayelet, but I'll also, when I send out the email afterwards, I'll pop on there Ayelet's contact details so you can reach out to her. Any questions you have about the program or the admission, or the curriculum, she'll be able to assist. Now, before we go to the Q&A session, I wanted to say a few things about the music program. This is a BA program. It's a unique program because it's run in partnership between, it's run at the Buchman Mehta School of Music that was founded as a unique partnership between Tel Aviv University and the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra. It's one of the world's, most elite music education institutions. This program is also unique because it's a tuition-free program. But for that, they're really looking for very talented musicians who can play an instrument, but also play it very, very well. Because you get the opportunity to play with the Israel Philharmonic Orchestra. And also they do offer housing and financial assistance to wonderful candidates, but it's very competitive. Like the dual degree, this program is very competitive. I don't know how many students they have every year, but it's not many. But it's a wonderful, wonderful program. They opened on the 1st of January. I think their deadline is the end of May. So yeah, they also have the same program at graduate level as well. And that's me. So that's our programs in a nutshell. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to switch off the recording.